welcome to the Performance Kitchen. I'm The Pressure from Hoxton Radio, and today we've got JiCanWin from the London Lions joining us. How you doing? What are we making today, Joe?
Today we're going to be making a dish I probably have like 2 or 3 times a week. It's salmon and mashed banana, sweet potato. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, where should we kick it off?
Alright, so what we're going to do first, what I usually do is I like to make my own sauce for my salmon. So what we're going to do, we're going to get some ginger, clove of garlic, and just going to get this going.
Where did you learn this recipe? I'm quite excited
Alright,
already.
so basically the salmon is just kind of normal, just making salmon. But the mashed sweet potato was something that I actually picked up online because for ages, I was just looking for, what kind of healthy foods I can eat and stuff like that. And sweet potato always comes up, but it gets boring eating sweet potato every day, just made the same way. So I seen this recipe online, as I love bananas, to mash up a banana into it, and it gives it a whole different taste. It tastes.
Is this going to be then like really sweet potato mash? Can we have it as dessert, maybe?
It's not going to be that sweet, no.
Okay.
But it really depends on how sweet you like your bananas, because obviously if you like it really sweet, you can get really ripe bananas. But if you don't, you can just get less ripe one.
I suppose the later in the week it gets as well, because I get bananas out on the weekend, maybe like everyone else. The later in the week, they start to get a little bit soft and a bit less.
See, but the thing is, when you're an athlete, you'll probably end up going to your local supermarket like every 3 or 4 days just to pick up more fruit, because I'm always using tons of fruits in smoothies and stuff like that. So we stay in there pretty much. Just don't judge my peeling skills.
I'm liking it so far. This is some good. This is some really fine cut garlic, by the way. This is going down over here.
If you could, I'm going to use half of this. If you could just chop that up as small as possible. In
terms of the rest of the team, is anyone like well known for their cooking? Do people come around yours for like this legendary salmon and sweet potato mash?
This season we didn't have any really like great chefs. I'm going to need that a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Smaller than that. Yeah, this season we didn't have any like great chefs, but one player I used to play with, Rod Brown, he was the captain of our team a couple of years ago. He was an amazing chef. He'd whip some great stuff up. Yeah, so.
Do you guys eat like as a team before the match? Or?
Usually we'd eat separately, but obviously on away games we'd be together. So we usually get to a restaurant and try and eat something together or something like that. So. Sometimes, but obviously we go out together for team meals like once a month and stuff like that. But that's just social bonding and stuff like that. All right, so what we're gonna do, this sauce. So I get some honey. Probably need to open it up.
At least we know it's fresh.
Yeah,
eh?
There you go. So I'm gonna bang that in here, and I'm gonna need. Generously.
So this is our glaze now for the salmon. So we're whacking in some garlic, some ginger, some honey. Or is this for the mash?
Yeah, this is just the sauce for the salmon. So put like a tablespoon of paprika. Just want paprika. Gonna get a pinch of salt.
When you're cooking at home,
do
you ever pretend that you are on the telly? I know today's a bit different because we are, but do you ever pretend you're like doing Sunday Kitchen or anything like that?
I actually never do. No. To be honest, cooking's not one of my favourite things, but it's like, as an athlete, it just became a necessity because you need to eat straight after training. And there's certain things you've got to eat. Some of my family hate the kind of food I eat, so they never want to cook it. So sometimes I'm left making it for myself and stuff like that.
And then what about like the holidays at Christmas and that when you're at home? Do you still have to be as militant or can you just hang back and eat loads of celebrations?
That's the thing. When most people are having Christmas, we're still in season. So so that is prime time. We've got to be eating properly and stuff like that. So no time off for Christmas, no turkey for Joe.
Damn. So it's going to be spicy and sweet. Paprika and the honey and the chilies.
Yeah. I like sweet things. I've got a sweet tooth. I just like making it on my own. I love spicy food.
And you're training for the new season right now, so you guys kick off only in a few weeks' time now. You're back at the Copper Box.
Yeah, so first game's on the 24th of September at the Copper Box. But right now we're still in the off season. We're going to be heading off to Poland. Going to take this Poland on like the 12th of September for some pre-season games. So I'm just going to
scoring it.
Yeah, just a little bit. Because if you don't, sometimes the flavour don't get inside, and then it's different. I need some baking paper and a baking tray. Hope this is for me.
It is now. I mean, you've picked it up, so you use that, mate.
Salmon on there. I'm probably gonna have to do 2. All right, can you just cut up some broccoli for me?
As finely as the ginger?
No, not as fine as the ginger. Some pieces in there.
And then in terms of the rest of the team and like banter within you guys, who's kind of the joker of the pack, or who's kind of leading the mischief on tour?
It's 100% Jamal Williams.
Okay.
So Jamal Williams is he's Canadian. He's been on the last season was his first season with the team. He is hilarious. Like, it's just jokes on jokes. He's just never seen a time when it's not good to tell a joke.
You're a forward, right?
Yeah.
Is it kind of similar to football when like the forwards are kind of the cool ones and they're the ones that people want to be mates with? As opposed to like the goalkeeper or like the defenders are sometimes a bit, especially the goalies are a bit weird.
I can't say it is like that for basketball. I would say that in basketball, everyone plays attacking and defense and defense. So I am a forward, but that's more of just my role as in being one of the smaller guys on the team and stuff.
You're one of the smaller guys?
I'm one of the smaller guys on the team, yeah. So what is do, we'll put all the sauce on that and then put your veggies around it. I hate vegetables. Really? So this was like a trick to get me to eat vegetables. You're gonna put it on your salmon, you put it in the salmon and you let it cook. So then it tastes so much better. Catch the carrots.
This is a new game, okay.
So basically, me and all my friends, we're like big nerds. We love going to like comic book conventions, and like playing video games, watching movies and stuff like that. So what we kind of did was we just did it, and we just thought we'd record some stuff and just share with everyone what we was doing. So that's pretty much.
So we can watch you online.
So you can watch me like at
after
home.
This.
After you've watched us on the Performance Kitchen, you can go and watch us playing video games at conventions and stuff like that. Just having a good time. Okay. Lots of people don't know, or they do know about conventions, but they've got certain thoughts on it and think it's just for kids and stuff like that. But it's not. There's great stuff for everyone. So that's the story of that. So what my sister-in-law showed me a neat trick here. You're gonna wrap this up.
Okay, in the greaseproof paper.
Yeah. No oil needed or anything like that. You just got to make sure it's really tight so it doesn't come loose. Okay.
So is it going to kind of steam it then?
It's just going to bake it, but it's going to keep it all together. It's not going to let any of the flavour get away, and it's going to also like cook the vegetables and the salmon. So usually I do one of these, but we'll make this more.
Well, I'm here,
too.
so
yeah, obviously.
You need to share today. Like, you've got a guest round,
exactly.
So
you got to eat as well.
And I'm hungry.
So what we do, wrap those both up and then bang them in the oven.
Yeah.
So I'm banging that in the oven.
And how long to go in for?
Alright, so that's going to be in there for 20 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, it's one of those things like, when I get home from practice, I don't want to be mucking around in the kitchen for 2 hours trying to make the biggest gourmet meal. So just bang it in there for 20 minutes, and then everything else will be done by the time that is. So if you've got a timer for me.
Okay. They've set it in the corner, so we're ready. We're rolling.
All right, so now we're gonna start on a sweet potato. Basically, just gonna get all
Never
the skin
with
off
the skin
this.
on?
It just depends how you're gonna make it. Because I'm gonna boil it, it's best to take the skin off.
Yeah.
But if you was gonna bake it, you can leave the skin on and make it like it was a jacket potato. something like that.
The BBL's like growing. The British Basketball League is growing though, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, basketball at the ages of under 18 is one of the most participated sports in school. It's just after that it's where it falls off a bit. But the BBL is getting better every single year. We've got great players in it year in and year out. So definitely moving forward. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut these up into like even slices, just so that when they boil, they kind of all boil together at the same time.
Okay. And then playing in the Copper Box, being in the Olympic Park, that must be like a nostalgic honour, like every time you're in there after the Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, it is the best place to play in the country, hands down, and it is a great honour. It is an amazing facility, and it's just great, especially when it's a full house in there. It's a great atmosphere, especially with growing up round the corner. That's enough sweet potato. Growing up round the corner, it's just great to have my friends and family come down and watch me play. So, these boiling the water. I'm gonna bang these in. It's gonna take 10 minutes for them to get ready.
So maybe we can play a little game online to like just busy ourselves. What do you do then in this bit? Are you good with like washing up and stuff, or do you just leave it in the corner to like?
I'm really horrible with washing up. And as you can see, I just like to make big messes and just brush it off to the side.
Cheers.
And then worry about it 2 days later. Alright, so what else? What I do then is I make it with a little walnut salad. So I get some baby spinach, handful, maybe a little bit more. Just cut up a bell pepper.
So you're pretty well known for your slam dunking ability.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a slam dunk champion, some would say.
Okay.
It's just a part of the game, really. I mean, when I first started playing basketball, I was 14, and one of the kids was like, "You could probably slam dunk," and I'd never tried it before, not ever. So I ran up there, jumped in the air, and like fell over, made like looking like a complete idiot. Obviously, it was my first time. But then I was like, I'm a pretty competitive person, so I just kept on trying and trying. I went home, came back to school that day early before everyone got in, and I was practicing for ages until I could do it. And then from then I just carried on going, kind of watching other like famous NBA players and stuff like that and all the tricks they could do, and I tried to just copy them. So just gonna break up some hazelnuts into this. Some walnuts, excuse me. That's about it. And then I'll put some Italian dressing, just a little bit.
In terms of like prep ahead of matches and that, are you listening to music in the changing room together, or is it like you on your own with your headphones?
All guys, everyone on the team's a bit different, so it really depends. What I do is I've got the music system, and I always bring it, and I always try and set the tone. Being the captain of the team, I always try and set a certain tone in the changing room. So that tone set, other guys might come in with their own headphones and want to listen to their own music or want it to be quiet, and they're allowed to do that as well. But I just always like there to be like a certain kind of atmosphere when guys are getting to the gym, because obviously sometimes with it just being like normal life, you know, you can get caught up with stuff. You come to the gym thinking about other stuff, and I just want guys to know that when they get there, it's time to lock in. You know what I'm saying? We're about to go to work. So.
And then when you're on court, is your head like totally nicked? Whenever I did sport, I'd be like thinking about other stuff. I'd be like singing in my head a little bit. I struggle to concentrate, I think.
The thing about it is now I've been playing for 14 years. When I play, there's nothing else. There can be a million people screaming my name or whatever, and it's all zoned out. Like it's total concentration on what's going on, and I feel like that's pretty much how most players are.
Feeling pretty hungry after this. You've made me want it.
All right, so I'm just going to drain the water in this. Do you want to help me out?
Okay.
If you just hold the sieve.
Great, I'll do the dangerous bit and hold the sieve.
I mean, we can swap over if you want.
If you weren't hot before.
All right, so what we're going to do with this, we've got them. So I'm just going to cut up a banana and stick it in there. Usually I'd use like half a banana if I was doing one, but for two people I use a whole banana. How do you feel about bananas? Are you in or you out?
Well, I think it's the nation's favourite fruit, so I am in, my friend, yeah.
Cool. I'm big on bananas.
I find strawberries a bit overrated.
Do you really? I love a strawberry.
In a lot of sugar, I like a strawberry. Don't mind it with cream, but banana all the way for me.
That's what you're gonna do. Just mash this up. Now this is a workout in itself.
Yeah, this is a hard job, and with the steam on you as well. This is good pre-season training.
Yeah.
You don't need your camp in Poland.
Alright, this looks pretty mashed.
Yeah, you've done a good job there.
Yeah. Alright, cool. So I think
That mash has been slam dunked big time.
Time we can do some plating right about now. So
And they've both stayed with inside their greaseproof paper sleeping bags.
there you go.
Joe's Performance Parcel, I think, is what you're unwrapping right there, and it looks delicious.
See, now it's up to you what you want to do with the vegetables. I'd usually keep them in, but you don't have to. You can throw them out.
Come on, you've gone to all the effort. I chopped some of these. We're not throwing any of them.
No, I'm just saying if you wanted to, but I always eat the vegetables. They're good for you, and they don't. At this point, they don't even taste like vegetables. They taste amazing, but you need that. Oh man,
It's come back to life, isn't it? Come on,
The
you've got
struggles,
you've got
I
one
know.
hand on the trophy.
I got one out perfectly.
Yes,
you go.
you're in.
There you go. All right. Just bang this out of the way. Told you, leave that for a couple of days. Cool. Sweet potato. Now you're gonna get the most colourful plate you've ever seen.
It's good. It's working well with the pink, isn't it? So is your sister-in-law fine with you kind of using this and having this recipe as your own? Or when she finds out and sees this video, is she going to be a bit mad?
It's 100% my recipe.
Oh, okay.
She's always just trying to change it.
I see, and customise it.
Yeah. She always loves like lots of flavours and it's way too sweet, stuff that I can't eat at all. So we could have mashed that a bit more. That's all right.
It's fine.
And then just a bit of salad. It's nothing special about the salad, but it's good. Spinach, peppers, and then nuts is good for some fibre and that.
And then do you have dessert afterwards, or is this it now for like the day?
This is going to be it. This is going to be it. This is usually what I'd have for dinner. Sometimes I'm supposed to eat again before bed around 11 o'clock. It was like a little snack, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, not Mars bar, but like some 100% fat-free yogurt and stuff like that right before bed. That is about it. There we go.
Right, I'm ready to tuck into this.
Yeah, me too.
Moment of truth happens now. The sweetness kicks in straight away. You liking your own concoction today?
Yeah, like I said, I'll eat this like 2 or 3 times a week. I really like it. How do you feel about the sweet potato?
It's good, man. Yeah, it's nice. The banana just gives it like a little lift again.
Yeah, like if you like it, like I said, if you like it really like sweeter, you use a riper banana or whatever. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how this turned out.
As am I. Thank you very much for watching the Performance Kitchen today. I've been The Pressure from Hoxton Radio, and this has been Joe from the London Lions. We're going to finish eating right now, and you can subscribe just below.